Hey everybody, welcome right back to the wrap-up. If you were with us on News Channel 10-2, we're back here on News Channel 10 in high definition.
And pretty quickly.
Real quickly. That was about a 10-second turnaround. We got a little carried away there because it's such a good week of high school football, Matt, and that's what we expected to have here in Week 8.
Especially being in a district play.
Everybody's in district
Everybody
play.
now.
3-4A is where we'll start every week. We got to quickly tell you what happened last night to set things up for this week, and that's that Amarillo High beat Randall in overtime. Now, we'll show you that game in just a little bit, but what that does is set up some things for the rest of these games tonight. Palo Duro at 0-2, very much in this with a win over Dumas. Dumas can move to 2-1 and would be then tied with whoever, with Randall. With Randall, yeah. At 2-1. So there's a lot on the line for this Dumas-Palo Duro game tonight.
Yeah, and Dumas has been playing really well. I think they're surprising a lot of people. So I think we should check out the highlights.
Let's do it. Let's go out to Dick Bivens Stadium and get you that game. Dumas and Palo Duro. Here we go. In the first, no score, Malik Sims. Sacked by Garrett Grice and Julian Navarez. Still in the first, still no score, Rylan Gerber. Trying to get something going. There was a lot of defense played early on in this game. Nathan Thomas for the big gain on the play up the sideline before the PD defense finally gets him out of bounds. Same drive, Gerber. This time it's the defense. Sacked Alex Betancourt, but a flag thrown on the play. It's a face mask call, so what becomes a big defensive play turns into a big offensive play. Steve Parr not happy on the sidelines about that one. Still second quarter, still no score. Snap goes over Gerber's head. Joseph Taylor recovers it, and he takes it down. He can't get it into the end zone, though, and that's important because they'd only get a field goal out of it. Palo Duro, though, they go on to score a lot of points in the second half. Your final, 38-21 PD over Dumas. There's your winner.
Palo Duro getting their first district win, so they're still in the mix. They tie themselves with Dumas. Now, let's check out Caprock and Canyon. Caprock looking for their first district win. Canyon looking for their second to move to 2-1. Let's go first quarter, no score. Michael Guerrero on 3rd and long. Looking deep, but check out the play by Abram Posados. Play of the week candidate. Nice defense right there. Caprock would punt, but Canyon would punt it back. Then Guerrero on 3rd and long again. This time he's complete to Addison Bustos. Big gain. So Caprock looking good through the air. Same drive. Guerrero looking deep again. This time he finds Autry David, but he's an eagle. Caught him in stride. He takes it around the left side. Cuts back to the right. Holding that thing like a loaf of bread. Neon Dion days. Woo. He eventually gets brought down the sideline, and Canyon is pumped. And so is Walker Horn. He takes the handoff up the middle. He gets brought down at the 5-yard line. But he would be rewarded because he would get the football again on the very next play, and he would put it into the end zone. 7-0 Canyon. They were going to win this one by a final of 34-7. So Canyon now 2-1. Caprock 0-3. Now we're seeing the water muddy just a little bit in 3-4A. We'll talk about that here in a minute. Let's get to District 4-4A. So two teams that they may see in the playoffs. Let's go second quarter. Friendship up 14-6. The Maverrick Tucker with a touchdown run. 21-6 Friendship. Then Trevor Lloyd to Brandon Arredondo. He takes it in the end zone. 28-6 Tigers. Later in the second, just before the half, it's Lloyd looking for a receiver. Forget it, I'll take it myself. He takes it around the left side, and he gets into the end zone. 35-6 Friendship at the half. They would go on to win big in this one by a final of 70-34.
That's big, Matt. Heading into that game, both teams 2-0, Friendship and Hereford. Friendship takes the big step, and they've looked better and better every week we've seen them. The Herd, no problem, 2-1.
Not time to press the panic button yet.
Get yourselves into the playoffs. The thing that kicked this whole week off was one of the best games we've seen in a long time. And we hoped it would be. Amarillo High and Randall, we've been hyping that game up since the season
Battle of Bell
began.
Street.
Right. We finally get that rivalry renewed. Amarillo High goes down. Randall, Amarillo High. It's a rivalry game geographically. They're both very good.
And they both play the same type of game, run the football and play good defense, which is exactly what we saw in this week's Game of the Week.
Game of the Week, brought to you by Popular True Value.
We'll pick it up to start this game off. First quarter, huge crowd at Dick Bivens Stadium. I read somewhere around 8,000 fans, maybe more. There was a lot. Gabe Rodriguez, Austin Thurman, Sandy offense, big gain early on, and Ryan Sluter with the big block. Good to see our man Sluter back out there, back from injury this week. Looked pretty healthy on that one. Colton Castleberry around the left side into the end zone for the touchdown, and the Sandys take a 7-0 lead. Second quarter now. Randall answers right back. Colin Bowen keeps it. Touchdown.
Superman.
7-7. Ties the game up. Randall in business offensively, then defensively as Castleberry fumbles it because Garrett Ince recovers it, and the Raiders in business again. The ensuing drive, though, it's the Sandy defense that comes up with a big play. DeMarcus Horman takes all the momentum away with a huge sack on the play. The ensuing punt. You want to talk about some momentum. Blaine Prescott takes this one, gets the hole he needs, and then just flat outruns everybody all the way. 89-yard touchdown return, and the Sandys take a 14-7 lead. But don't count out the Raiders. Time winding down in the half. They had to go for it on 4th down inside the 10 to get to this point. They got it. Tyler Janelle finishes with the touchdown run. Halftime, nothing decided. All tied at 14. Much the same in the second half. They had to go to overtime, where Josh Woods scored the game-winning touchdown, and Amarillo High gets the win, 35-28. That's how we got to this point. Now let's go to 5A, where Tascosa is looking for their first win of the season against the Rebels of Midland Lee. Rebels and Rebels, first quarter no score. Taylor Nunez on the keeper, 30 yards for the touchdown. Nunez, whew, impressive player. You'll see him a couple times here, but Tascosa not too worried. Tucker Davidson, little screen pass. Tion Wright, best athlete on the field. Perhaps he's very, very good.
He's got 40 the orange Superman socks on.
40 yards up the field for the touchdown to tie things up at 7. Here we go, Tascosa. Then Jason McAfee, though, for Midland Lee. 15 yards, touchdown, 14-7. Tascosa would fumble the ensuing kickoff. Lee's Nunez, watch him through the air. Perfect pass to Josh Warren into the end zone, 21-7 Lee at that point. Second quarter, though, Tascosa refusing to go away in the first half. Coach Plunk's going to be, I think, a little happier with the way his guys played this week than last week. Davidson keeps it for the touchdown. That made it 21-13. Too much Lee, though, in the second half, and it's 42-19. Matt, that was a wild, wild run through our big schools, and Tascosa looks for their first win. We see Amarillo High get above everybody else now at 3-0. We've got Randall and Canyon both at 2-1. Of course, Randall owning the tiebreaker. We've got Paladuro and Dumas at 1-2, and we've got Caprock at 0-3. Nothing has been decided in District 3-4A yet.
Not yet. You know, Paladuro 1-2, yes, but their first 2 games, Amarillo High and Randall, the 2 undefeated teams coming into this week. So look for them to make a run and a push at it. 3-2 could get you into the playoffs, especially with them taking the top 4 teams. Now, it's going to be crazy. Who's going to take the last 2 spots? Because it looks like Randall's on the right track. Amarillo High is on the right track. At worst, everybody could just catch them and tie them for 3-2. So it's going to be interesting to see how this is going to shake out. We've got 3 weeks of football to play left, and man, am I excited.
2 after this one.
We got week 9 and week 10, you're right.
Yeah, 2 after this one, and then a playoff week. So it is. I mean, it's crunch time for these teams. Tonight was a big, big night. Coming up after the break, we'll go 3A, and we've got a story as we enter 2A about a young man who's overcome all the adversity to be the quarterback of one of our area's top teams. We'll have that for you next on The Wrap-Up.